totally did everything on time for that, so I'm ready to go with the 1. Hey, the video worked. With the 2.
Oh, it's working. 2.
Oh, wait, we're going to update. We don't have a guest this time, so hold on. Let me get you. Wait. Like this. We reset the. Okay, there we go. And we got the. All right.
Oh.
That's what we want to base it off of. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
All right. There it is.
So we got a welcome back to the Truther Cast, home of the Truther Cast. We are here to take your truth order, even though it may be slightly janky or maybe slightly echoey of some nature. So let us know if the audio is coming through okay. It looks kind of echoey today. I, every episode, think I have that fixed, but we're a bit of a run gun show here, folks. We're not, well produced yet. If anybody is bored and interested in this stuff, let me know if you would like to hang around here and help produce the show sometimes. And I don't know why it is echoing, because everything is set up.
Echo,
very strict.
Echo. It's just me. It's not even a pro. It's just me over here. I have tricked you with my echoing abilities.
Okay, we'll see how that goes. But anyway, if you are not familiar with the show, thank you very much for coming on by here. We are attempting to not just be two more blokes out here on the old internet complaining about things. We've got a shtick, and that shtick, my fine feathered friends, is to build yourself a much better news feed. So you see, more than just, like Jimmy Kimmel simps and Charlie Kirk haters or something like that. You gotta build yourself a better news feed and follow people like the Benny Johnson, the Tim Pools, and all sorts of other people, man. The PBDs, he had a few good ones about the Charlie Kirk stuff, but we like to showcase these people here on the show. So we're going to go through our locals community where I post all through the week. And, I'm not just going to show you the ideas that I found these people or from these people and then, tell you about them. I'm going to tell you, follow that person too, because we got to build better news feeds, folks. That's how you get more information from the alt news space, the tinfoil space, whichever, you're into, but actively building that news feed is what's important. We've got a website, truthercast.com. You can go to the resources section and then drop down to the recommended alt news creators list. If you Google Truthercast, recommended alt news, it'll pull it right up. But you can check these people out that I list on that page, as well as use it as a guide for others, because we're all about trying to spread the better news feed around here. So if you got like a parent, a friend, a family member, maybe somewhat of a foe, somebody that you talk with that's a little bit open, you could send them this website or pull it up while you have their phone in the other hand and, just follow it for them, make sure it's okay, ask them, make sure it's okay. Unless it's mom and dad, just do it. Just build them a better news feed,
Yeah, sometimes you just got to give them that extra helping hand.
Just got to do it, man. So, check that webpage out if you got some people that you think we should follow, make sure to sound off in the, the live chat down below. And, maybe join the locals community. It's free to lurk and read. And then, if you want to comment or, post your own things, you could also sign up for the Primo Squad. And, doing that does take a couple dollars from you. But, hey, it's to keep the lights on around here. And we would very much appreciate it. But if you don't want to pay full price, you can use the code Better News Feed to save a few dollars. But Mr. Dan always likes to give you a option. If maybe, you're not totally sold on loving the show enough to support the Primo Squad over on the locals there, the Truthers Squad. But Mr. Dan likes to keep it frugal, but still help keep the lights on here at the show.
Help keep you hoes clean by letting you know if you share the show, you can not be a hoe. And that way you cannot be one of them dirty hoes. I don't know how else to tell you, so you better share it. Please and thank you. Just kidding. You're not hoes if you're on the show watching. You're all lovely people.
So just make sure to not be the hoe and shares that show.
Yes. Not hoes, but don't become a hoe. Important.
Yes. Some weeks we're hosts, some weeks we're not, but we always make sure to share Andy Frisella show as soon as we can.
Andy Frisella show.
Bro, DJ was wearing a dope sweater. It was like a Christmas sweater, but it said something like rebellion or something, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that's awesome. I go to look it up, $90. I was like, yeah, nah, bro, that's on my tax bracket, fam.
A little expensive for the sweater wear at the moment.
What? For like a good-looking, ugly Christmas sweater? What? That's ridiculous.
I mean, you can get a really bland Supreme sweater, and those are probably like $500 or something,
which is retarded.
Stupid.
Yeah. So I am very disappointed, Tyler. Like you were bringing up Mr. Jimmy Kimmel. What I am disappointed about is I hear they're bringing Jimmy Kimmel back already. So like we could only hope that it's like bring him back so he can talk about how they're canceling his show. But I guess he's going to be back on like tomorrow or sometime later this week or something.
Can we get Chris Hansen from Dateline? Take a seat. Yeah. So we're actually not bringing you back. All right. Yeah. Okay. Bye.
That's what I'm hoping, bro. I thought we kind of felt like that was a win here in this space because that dude just spits nonsense after nonsense, right?
No. I feel like Colbert was a little worse. So, we're still on top of the curve a little bit. Because Colbert's gone, right? Yeah.
So not gone, but shows officially canceled.
Yeah.
So beginning of next year is the last episode kind of thingy, like February-ish or something like that. And then everybody's saying that he's trying to burn the ship down now. So he was saying how he sided with Kimmel and did the whole express how he thought it was wrong to silence him and blah, blah, blah. So people are like, oh, if he does come out and says a bunch of crap and then they go, yeah, dude, this is a reason to cancel your contract. We're going to fire you. Then he gets to go, oh, I'm the victim. MAGA got me canceled, and then use that to try and start some, independent stuff or something. So, hey, man, go for it, man. Just stop spreading it on the television because all the poor boomers are believing everything they say, man. God bless.
Yep. That people not having an internal monologue. That blows my mind that people just don't have one. Some people are just...
Yeah.
I don't even know how you direct yourself in life without having an internal monologue. Sometimes it's literally all just you're indoctrinated and programmed to do things through the day. Well, no wonder I guess indoctrination has become a useful thing and it's worked so well because people are, oh, you told me it's this way, cool,
just like face value. Yeah,
I'm a human robot. I just do as I'm commanded.
Well, maybe it's easier in life though because you're not arguing with yourself.
I mean, I would have to say if I just did the things I know and didn't think about things, yes, it's that if you're a genius, you're broke because you over evaluate things and stuff like that. Oh yeah, for sure. I'd be way better off.
Perhaps. It's probably a medium. It's probably something about discipline and taming the brain thing where you're talking to yourself.
Yeah, something. The yin and the yang. There's a balance there. It's a whole mix of things.
You don't want to have no inner monologue, but you don't want to have too much to where you're a fence post hitter all
balance.
The time.
All that balance, dude.
And then, Tyler brings up the Tylenol thing, man. That's probably the first thing we're going to get in.
Tylenol blows up your microbiome in your stomach. It just erases it. It just erases it. That's what I have heard. It is not good. People
you mean it's like an it's like an antibiotic?
I guess I kind of forget how chemically antibiotics work technically.
Well, that's the problem with antibiotics. So I'm curious if it's the same or maybe you're mixing it up with antibiotic.
Oh no, it's
antibiotics.
It's either Advil or Tylenol. I'm pretty sure it's Tylenol. Somebody was saying one of the either doctors or dudes that go down them rabbit holes I seen some on it a while back. Never got to really double check it.
That's why everyone's always careful about antibiotics. What up, J man? Holy crap! What?
Especially because it's made by Bayer. Or maybe it's I don't know if it's it might be aspirin.
Aspirin.
Okay. I always forget about the aspirin. That's the other one.
Too much ibuprofen messes up your liver. Blah blah blah. So everything's bad for you.
That too. All I know is it's connected to Bayer, and Bayer is part of Monsanto, and they like messing with things, and so we're very.
All I know it's a company that
this is a sketchy bridge. I don't know if I want to cross it.
Bobby doesn't like it. Bobby said whatever Bobby says, I kind of do. I like Bobby. He's a good guy. That Bobby guy. He said it's not good.
Bobby's a smart guy.
It's not good. It's not good. So what Mr. Bobby here was saying over here on the locals community, folks, which you can join by simply clicking that join button, under the video. And you can just use your Rumble account, to log into the locals. But you can come on over here, follow along for free, chime in for a small fee. It does wind up working out with a rhyme. That's not bad. But the big announcement today that Mr. Trump alluded to, what's with the Zoom thing?
Zoom.
Zoomed in white.
Because you're zooming.
The big thing. Did I even share anything about this yet? I don't even know if I shared anything. I just saw the Tylenol stuff and I didn't have nothing to share about it, I guess. The big thing Trump alluded to yesterday in his memorial speech, he said, we're going to have a big Maha announcement tomorrow. Oh my gosh, something about autism, pay attention. So correct me if I'm wrong. Did anybody get more intel on this or something like that? I immediately over expected things, right? So I'm slightly disappointed. I thought he was going to be like, we're ripping out all the vaccines. We found the vaccine data. We're acknowledging the vaccine data that alleged, alternate science has said.
There's a direct correlation between vaccines and retardation.
Right. So apparently it's actually just Tylenol. It's like, hey, don't have Tylenol if you're pregnant. Do as best as you can.
I feel like every time I do an impersonation, I wipe a year or so off my life.
Not because of unhealth, but because of bad karma. Yeah. Nah, bro, you just show it you're not making fun of it. You're just doing the talks.
It always just feels so bad. It's there goes a year. Bye-bye.
Well, then,
anyways,
how are all the liberals around still?
Well, I mean, they're young. That's why they got a couple years left in the tank. They've whittled themselves down to 35. They got but 7
Kimmel's
years.
Still around. Bill Gates.
That's a hard one to steel man against.
If you were gonna convince me that karma does not exist, you'd only have to say, why are all the dirty Democrats still around, bro? How'd they get all them years?
Yeah.
Dang, you're right.
That's a good mystery.
Yeah, Mr. J-Man, you are now a Rumbler. Woohoo! So, yeah. Oh, now I know who J-Man is. I was like, who the heck is that? Derp. I made the username. So, hey, that link works for you, huh,
just
brother?
like you were saying in the beginning. You just grab it and make them an account.
You just grab it? Yeah. I got
I did that. Oh.
I got homies that, are not too techie, and they're like, I don't know how to get on this stupid show of yours. How do I want to watch it. I like you. I'll support it, but I can't even. So I'm like, just give me your phone. Hold on.
How do I get on this show?
Let me
of
set it
yours?
up, brother. Let me set it up.
Do I move the stone tablet to the left or to the right? I can't figure this out.
Where do I put something in? Is it how's that work? Do you have to put money in it? I don't get it. My favorite.
Where's the coin slot? I know this ride's got a coin slot somewhere.
My favorite still to this day, bro. I cleaned this Xbox out and they brought it in because there's something rattling around in the disk drive. I found a couple quarters, $1, and I tell the customer, and she goes, "Oh, okay, dang, that's crazy. It must have been the kids." She comes to pick it up, and she goes, "Yeah, I asked my kid," and he was like, "Well, it said Xbox Gold was on sale for $1, so I was just trying to get the Xbox Gold working." He was like 5. I was like, "That's awesome." He was like, "So
that's great.
Slot? Yeah, I've seen the adults
put
money in the
put
slots.
money in the slot. Yes.
yeah.
The kid might have been brought around the slots a little bit.
Perhaps. Right? There's vending machines.
Oh, dude, it's wild. Slots are everywhere.
Ray Buildable, not sure who you are. Welcome. I think that's a new one around here, so very much appreciated. Been reading the Bible a lot lately. That's about it, man. I hear you. I hear you.
That's good.
Yeah, where's the one, man? I like
good practice to do.
This one that somebody said. No, I think somebody just used it for Charlie. I don't think this is one of Charlie's favorites necessarily. Where did it go? But it was Micah? Is anybody familiar with the Micah verses? Okay, here it is. So this one was for like Charlie Kirk, right? God is the source of salvation and light. But as for me, I will watch expectantly for the Lord. I will wait for the God of my salvation. My God will hear me. Do not rejoice over me, O my enemy. Though I fall, I will rise. Though I dwell in darkness, the Lord is a light for me. I will bear the indignation of the Lord, because I have sinned against him, until he pleads my case and executes justice for me. He will bring me out to the light, and I will see his righteousness. Then my enemy will see, and shame will cover her who said to me, where is the Lord your God? My eyes will look on her. At that time she will be trampled down like mire of the streets. It will be a day for building your walls. On that day will your boundary be extended. Thought that was a good one, Mr. Charlie.
Pretty good one, yeah.
Yeah. Don't revel in my death because God bless, man. They're up to like 39,000 chapter requests now, and Miss Erica gave a real hardcore, heartfelt speech. And what was it? She actually forgave the murderer on live television. Did you hear about that?
Yeah. Who was it saying that they would not have been able to act like she did? I seen somebody talking about right. Yeah. I was just trying to think of a specific, more famous person that was talking about it, but yeah, basically like everybody. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely weird with all the conspiracies rolling around. It kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't know. It could be like 8 different ways. I don't know. There's no for sure route of truth.
Right.
This one's so shaded in different ways.
Well, just like
I mean, so many of them are, but this one especially, all the different things coming out right away.
right.
But, did we even mention or talk about, I heard that, because, normally everything's like done as a distraction, most
Right.
part.
Like what
I
else is
heard
going on?
The day it happened to him, they voted on the Epstein files. They were voting on the Epstein files in Congress.
Stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
and apparently they voted to not really, or like basically, yeah, it was a distraction because they were going to do stuff about the Epstein files that would have made us all sorts of pissed, even though we're pissed.
5 minutes in and we already need to grok something.
Welcome to the Truthercast. Yeah. Nothing is ever as it seems.
All right. So, what is it? Congress or Senate vote on Epstein related stuff on was it September 10th, right? I don't want to say Charlie Kirk's assassination because then it'll maybe
September's a
auto say
month.
no.
Other than like it being my birthday, September's a crappy month, kind of.
Yeah. It was the day before 9/11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It thinking of it, it made everybody.
Bro,
Dude, thinking about it, dude, everybody would have been talking more about 9/11 because every year more and more people are seeing this stuff. So it effectively also kept people from talking about 9/11 the next day because it got to like the end of the day. I was like, oh shit, it's 9/11. I didn't even realize it.
That's what I said immediately, bro. 100% agree with that. Because we didn't even want to talk about, or I didn't want to reshare all of the stuff we talked about in the Monday's episode for that week. Because I was going to blast it on 9/11. I was going to be like, "Hey, look at this clip. Hey, look at that clip." And then I'm very bummed, sad that Mr. Charlie Kirk got shot. He was way pivotal. I thought he was helpful in the beginning. Then now hearing all these stories of how he actually is like literally the linchpin for the whole Trump organization, getting it like in, and then setting up like all the people with Trump, or a lot of them. He was a giant linchpin, maybe not the only thing and blah, 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 but huge linchpin for all these stories we're hearing now, giving him the credit. Maybe it's like, once he's passed, now people say it's him. I don't know, dog. But now it looks like he's a linchpin, bro. Like Benny Johnson's speech. I think I said it last week, but Benny Johnson literally gave this speech again at the memorial and said, I was an alcoholic degenerate with no wife or anything. I found Charlie. I worked for Turning Point, And then I became a God-fearing man, Christian man, got a wife, 3 children, started up my own show thing. He's like 3 or 4 children now. So like, oh, Charlie Kirk is the whole reason we have Benny Johnson? Bro, we pulled Benny Johnson up like half the flipping episode.
Yeah.
So like, that's important. Like, absolutely bonkers, right? Hey, dude, so you're totally right. Yes, the U.S. Senate voted on September 10th on an amendment related to Jeffrey Epstein. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer introduced Amendment 3849, the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2026, which aimed to direct the Attorney General to publicly release all documents related to Epstein's trafficking stuff investigations within 30 days of passage. Well, that's a good one, which have been largely avoided by the Senate despite ongoing House discussions. Vote details. Senate held a procedural vote on a motion to table the amendment at approximately 5:20 p.m. The motion passed. Wait, so it was tabled? No. Opposing the motion, i.e. to advance the amendment, all 48 Democrats plus 2. So it got tabled. So yes. Back to it was brought up, but then tabled, and we all would have squawked about why was it tabled if had not been distracted. Oh, must be a coincidence, right, folks? There's no way it was an orchestrated, gigantic event. So you mean to tell me it rhymes with literally 9/11? A really big deal that the Congress was looking into on the 10th, and then the 11th is the distraction. This time they just made the distraction on the same day. That's a very rhyming pattern there. I don't know. Tinfoil hat. But if since we got our tinfoil hat on and Stacey was asking if it's an inside job, sound off in the chat, man. Who thinks it was some kind of an orchestrated event? If not nudged at minimum. I don't know about like entirely orchestrated, but like I find it difficult and perhaps naive to not believe that some kind of a nation state, be it the Israel or be it the Qatar, but I have no idea, right? This is all like wild speculation for entertainment purposes, right? What if they were funding the radical leftist Antifa organization that these people were in? And then they had some kind of a, FBI, CIA, Mossad-like character that was, entrapping them and leading them on and
giving them a nudge.
Giving them a little nudge. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I do think this is kind of interesting. So did you know that Erica was already involved with the Trump organization ahead of time? I don't know, man. We need to look into this one. It's just some chick on the internet, but hey, what do you guys think about this?
In 2012, wins Miss Arizona, competes in Miss USA, a pageant owned by ... Trump. Okay, want to know something really weird? So she had said in a podcast that she had never competed in pageants and had never done any modeling before until one day she receives an invitation in the mail to become a model and start doing pageants. And the pageants that she started doing were Miss USA pageants owned by Trump. So she modeled for Trump. She was one of Trump's pageant girls. But did you know that she was also a casting director at the same time that she was doing all of this stuff for Trump? Now, she doesn't specify on her website if she worked as a casting director for Trump, but around the time that she was claiming to be a casting director, she also owned a ministry that was working with the U.S. military in Romania. The area in Romania where she was operating this ministry had a bunch of locals accusing these evangelical ministries of kidnapping children and trafficking them out of.
Which, if they didn't like, Christian thing in there trying to help do stuff, perhaps it's slander. That's what you would do.
What else has been hot in Romania in the recent years?
I mean, trying to take down Tate, right? That's the first thing I think.
Yeah.
And Romania is pretty seemed like they were colluding with the Joe Biden administration to shut down
a lot of
guys.
A lot of women business happens from, the cam girls and all that stuff over there.
And they were all fine with it until I genuinely think that's something to do with the deep state system. I don't know if it was Biden's admin, but the deep state system, I think, told Romania to try and take down Tate and character assassinate him because he was promoting like strong man, blah, 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 you know, go do work, hustle, or whatever.
The country. These children were being found in the UK, in Israel, and were also being sent to undisclosed private islands. Local.
Also, we know they like to blame others for the thing they're doing. So maybe Romania actually was involved in it. They were trying to blame it on the Christian group, huh?
Yeah, very possible.
Demanded authorities look into it, but they never did. Now, Charlie Kirk really wanted the Epstein files released, but did his wife? Prior to marrying Charlie Kirk, she was a multi-millionaire on her own, and since his passing, she's also amassed all of his wealth, plus an additional at least $5 million in donations. She's currently considered the most powerful woman in the United States, with mega fans begging her to run as vice president in 2028. Let's talk about their first date, because it was actually a job interview. Back in 2018, 2 years after Donald Trump had started working with Charlie Kirk had hosted a Turning Point USA opening event for one of the offices that they had opened. And Erica and Charlie Kirk were introduced to each other. Charlie Kirk instantly thought that she was beautiful, but thought that she was really smart. And allegedly, one of their mutuals had suggested that Charlie Kirk hire Erica. I'm assuming it was Donald Trump or someone on his team, because Donald Trump had signed on to work with Charlie Kirk, and Erica was already one of Donald Trump's employees. So it would make the most sense for Donald Trump and his team to encourage Charlie Kirk to hire Donald Trump's employees. Anyways, Charlie Kirk DM'd Erica, invited her for a job interview. The job interview ended up turning into a date, and Erica allegedly had said, "You're not going to be my boss, you're going to be my boyfriend." It just seems suspicious.
You can flip and make a conspiracy theory out of anything.
Yeah. Possible. I don't know. I'd rate it on a likelihood of 38%.
Right. Because then that's like real deep movie type crap. Like, oh, he's a setup agent that, you know. I mean, if she was like Chinese, I'd be bump it up to like 75.
Could be Russian. Good to be Russian.
We got to get the girl in with the guy and then long con him, give him babies, wife. And then one day he go, oopsie, and now she run the organization. Yes.
No American man can turn down a blonde. We're going to get this Charlie Kirk.
We will get him by the balls, almost literally, yes.
You never, that's what sucks. You just, there's barely anything you can say is for sure truth in these realms. That is why we are trying to do our best to clear lane to the light and let you know, because we're also curious, and it keeps us up at night trying to figure these things out.
It keeps me up at night.
Does it even matter that we figure these things out? I don't know.
I know.
I mean,
that's where I'm at sometimes when all the people squawking. I'm like, bro, none of this shit actually matters. Let's get the thing done, something. But no, knowing the things is important. And then how do you get the people to do the thing?
These are a little more important things, you know.
I was just talking to my buddy and he was all like, bro, none of this matters. You know, like I just do God. That's it. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but that's how we're in the place that we're in. If you don't participate in the stupid city, in the stupid politics, in the society, then the bad guys do, and then they make the rules.
If you don't play the game, somebody else is playing the game, and you know, doing whatever with the game. You gotta interject.
Right.
If you don't interject, somebody else, if they're not a good player, they're not a good actor, they're gonna take it down.
Especially when you're a player in the game, whether you like it or not. You're still in the game and then can be affected by what I call the farmers complex. I don't know if this is like, there's like a better real name for it, but hey, our land, you know, we decided your land's ours. What do you mean? Oh, we voted and you didn't show up. Sorry, guy.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't participate, man, stuff could happen like that. Mr. Steezy said, didn't Netanyahu, whatever his effing name is, want to donate a bunch of money to Charlie? And Charlie said no. That is correct. Allegedly, the story goes, Mr. Netanyahu was going to invest something like a $5 or $12 million, if I recall correctly. And then Charlie said no, which one would imagine he didn't want to get bought, because then one would imagine that money was to buy influence, you know, and then be talked about nicely.
That's when you just take the money, you don't give a shit back.
So then Charlie said no, and then
thanks for the money, buddy, and then you use it as stuff against him.
And then reminder, if anybody here today just didn't know this, I think we did talk about it last week. Allegedly, well, not allegedly, there was a man who posted a month ago and said he spoke with a guy who's close to Kirk, and that allegedly this guy said to that guy, Charlie Kirk said to the guy, hey, I'm a little worried Israel might come after me if I turn on them publicly. And so this dude posted, just hearing this from his friend. And then a month later, this happens, and people, go, oh, it's the people that live in Israel. Oh, it's the people who live in Israel, which I do feel like is a little bit lazy. You're starting to be a little bit prejudiced when everything is, oh, it's them. Maybe it is, but like we can't just keep throwing it around because then it loses its, hey, cried wolf, right?
Yeah, or you don't want to think it's more than just you want to be able to say it's only one thing because that's easier, Probably real hard to figure out what the problem is, and a lot of the problems can be a mask to that, but it's not everything per se. So that's the scapegoat. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, it's not like they're not right somewhat, but.
Right. And Wilkinson, I do agree. I caught that as well. So I wanted to maybe look into that because the version that we all seen going around last week was Charlie Kirk telling the story, and Charlie Kirk saying, when I met her at this interview, I said, oh, we're not doing an interview. We're dating. Like, we're going to go on this date, or, we're now in a date or something. So Charlie Kirk made it sound like he was the one who initialized this relationship. But this piece that we just watched from the girl was kind of painting it like, oh, Erica might be the insider. And so she was the one that was like, oh, we're dating. So something to look into, or stupid. And it's just trying to spin us around, and it's all a psyop to make us all not like these people and follow them and gather together so that it could be the many against the elite few.
Yeah. Who knows how that story really went? If there's a girl like that around me trying to interject herself into my life, she wouldn't even have to like say out loud that she's dating, and like my brain would just read it as that way.
You're pretty and talking to me. We're dating. Like that?
So it's yeah.
Well, you must get heartbroken a lot.
She totally said that we're dating. Like, that's why she's here. Yeah,
that's what I heard. I came for the job interview, a-hole. Right. Gonna hire you before
there's a job.
You.
There's a job here. I just seen the blonde. Sorry, I got distracted.
Wait, I'm the owner of the right. Frickin' Dan. Frickin' Dan. I mean, we just keep going in chronological. I do like the chronological.
Yeah, well, thinking about chronological, I posted one last week.
Reverse chronological?
I posted one last week. I think it was on like
I got you. I was going to bring it up. You want me to bring that up ahead of time because you got lost in the sauce last week?
I mean, it was just like, I thought about it at the end of the day, and I was like, yeah, I looked at the time, and was like, yeah, no, we're just gonna let this one end. It's been too long.
It was definitely the show that never.
Yeah.
We did 5 hours last week, folks. If you're into that, it was pretty good. We had a guest, Mr. Jonah, on for his perspective on the Charlie Kirk thing. It was very, very interesting and a real good convo in my ridiculously biased yet humble opinion. What up, Selner? How you be doing? Welcome to the show. Thanks for popping on in here, good sir. If you have a moment, make sure to hit that follow button before you take off, because you might be the 100th follower.
Yeah, you totally will win a prize of where you get to pat yourself on the back.
Woo! We'll even pat you in the back if you want to show up.
Yeah, we'll give you a nice firm handshake. I'll probably give you some Bueno chocolates too.
Mr. Selner has a good one though. He says, imagine being more upset by a canceled TV show than a political assassination and still think you're a decent human being. Yep. By Ted Nugent. Amen, bro. I posted that probably like 3 different ways the last week, bro. And I tried to say it so I wasn't like all angry pointing or something. You know what I mean? Just chill, man. Just chill. Like, hey, call me crazy. No, man. Like, I saw Conan O'Brien post about, Kimmel getting disquieted by the government. Oh, boo, boo, boo. On X. all I saw was like me and all the other people like, yo, dog, where was your post about Charlie Kirk? Where was your post about Charlie Kirk? Oh, wham, Jimmy Kimmel. Like, come on, man. Technically, it's more in his lane, I guess you could say, but
yeah, still.
yeah.
No, audacity of some people.
Yeah, people get upset about some stupid freaking, guy that did blackface where it wasn't just blackface Karl Malone. It was also making fun of him as though he was stupid. So in today's climate, that would be Jimmy Kimmel like committing a whole hate crime, mocking Mr. Black Man Karl Malone like he was a dumb, stupid black man basketball player. And then remember that one where he played Oprah and, he was jogging on top of the, housemaid Mexican lady?
No, I don't.
Again in blackface. So, like,
I didn't watch too much of
comedic
the
and
show.
funny. However, very hypocritical and very interesting that, the high order Mason, Mr. Jimmy Kimmel himself, didn't get canceled for his past. But boy, all the conservatives sure did.
Yep. Special treatment.
That was the one going around too when everybody was talking about Kimmel getting canceled. It was like, yo, what about, Roseanne? She was blasting off on X. And what about Gina Carano, man? She was on one of the most popular Disney shows ever. And she posted something about, the current times are kind of like, Nazi stuff or something. And they were like, fired, gone. And it was like, what? She didn't even say like it is Nazi stuff. She was like kind of seems similar, canceling people and stuff.
Yeah, if you bring it up, it's basically like you're saying it. Now most people see it.
Oh, and then Charlie got invited again to Israel, huh? And he turned it down. Interesting, yeah. Well, he was smart, bro. He was like, I don't think I want to do that.
He's like, yeah, that seems like something I don't need to touch with a 10-foot pole. He was smart. Well, I mean, maybe he wasn't smart. Maybe he would have bought some time if he would have acted like he was playing with their games. But then, it sucks because if we see him doing that, we're going to just assume that you actually are, and then you might lose support there. Yep, that's the hard one to play.
And then we're back around to how Donald Trump functions. Oh my God, Donald Trump, bad man, friends with Putin and frickin' Xi Jinping and, frickin' Kim Jong-un. And, bro, keep your enemies closer, guys. Keep the enemies closer. That you want them to think they're friends.
Yeah, well, we're friendly in respects. Like, I don't know how they think he's friends with them because he also tells them, like, hey, if you do anything, I'm gonna wipe you off the map, pretty much, and behind closed doors. So it's like, hey, yeah, he's acting real friendly on the front of things, but we know he's just like, hey, you've seen. I like the post when I blow things up. I'll do the same with you. It'll be a much bigger boom. So don't faffo with me, dude.
The one that really cracks me up is when he'll be like, yeah, no, met with Putin. We had a great time of conversation. It was great. We talked about this. We talked about it. It was great. And then, yeah, no, but Putin, I don't know, because I'll crush him. I'll crush that guy. He ain't got nothing. I'll crush him. He's nothing. He's nobody. I'll crush him. I was like, bro, Putin watches your press conferences, right? Like, no. Okay.
That's why it's so hard to are they all just acting in on the thing? Or is this really like how we came up with the entertainment of TV shows that we do? Because this is kind of entertaining, even though it's real life. Like just watching how people interact.
They gotta know, you gotta go home and talk crap about the other guy. So it's just like part of the biz, It's like, hey guy, all right, cool, let's do a deal. But hey man, don't be upset tomorrow because I'm gonna be like, hey, we made a good deal, but that son of a bitch, like
don't be upset. I'm just gonna wash your name across the screen tomorrow. Like for millions of people.
And by the way, because we're the global reserve currency still, I get to do that, but you can't do that. Because if I hear your translated BS tomorrow,
you're translated
I'm gonna be
BS.
raw.
I'm gonna be friggin' pissed.
Let's just make this clear. You understand my language, but I have no idea what the hell you're saying.
I hear the words that are coming out of your mouth.
Mr.
I know
Dan,
what they mean? Nope.
What was funny about this radar, sir?
Yeah, so a buddy, that's a screenshot from a buddy of mine. it was apparently like that for an hour or so on the radar. Just I don't know. Have you ever seen that on your radar when you pull up the weather, Scott? I have not gotten the black hole of death that sits there.
So that I believe is real because it's something about
Black
how the radar
orb.
works or something. I have seen that before.
Wasn't sure
This
if
actually looked different to me.
That's why I was like,
'Cause
has
this looks
anybody
like
seen
radio.
this before? Like, why is there a black orb?
Very
Something with the radar
interesting.
orb. It'd be hard for me to think that they let that slip.
Because I believe that's where this
and
like
show up in there, for somebody to catch.
that's where the radar is emanating from. So
I mean, maybe we don't know.
like it looks like it
Right,
because it
right.
looks like everything's
It's
radially
yeah,
coming
it
out
looks like
from
that's
this.
the center of it.
Yeah.
So
Bro.
yeah, hard to know. That's why I was like, hey, hopefully we got maybe some what would you call them? A meteorologist
Mm-hmm.
in the chat that watches the show, something like that. Yeah, got
where's
any
Ryan Hall,
ideas?
y'all?
Educate us. That way, if this comes up, people are like, look, there's black holes. Oh, we're gonna be sucked in. We're gonna be gone by tomorrow, and somebody can interject and say, no, that's just how the radar works. There's this and that, and blah. That way, we don't get the false conspiracy theories going around.
Like perhaps this false theory that Mr. Steezy's pointing out. He said he heard his girlfriend heard from an astrologer saying that Mr. Trump ain't gonna make it around for next year. JD Vance is gonna take over. Keep your eyes out. Yeah, dude, I like definitely do believe in some astrology stuff, but I don't know if I believe some like, oh, I'm gonna like see the future kind of thingy. Anybody could say, well, Trump's going to not make it XYZ. Yeah, no, he's number one target. So that's a tricky one to be like, I predicted because, broken clock is correct twice a day, so like
Yeah.
you keep saying the market's going to crash. The market finally crashes 50 years later and they go, I've been telling everybody it's going to crash,
Yep.
Yeah, dude, I need like, it's going to crash Wednesday, August 30th because of this problem. And then it happens to be like, damn, you called that one, bro. God dang. So what else did you buy?
If the world really does end sometime in our life, or in the lifetime of the guy that said it was going to happen in 2012, I bet he's going to be just laying there looking up.
See, I told you it was gonna happen.
Dude, you were only 70 years off. Like, calm down.
My dad still gives me shit about 2012. And I was like, well, homie, you got to remember, I was all like, oh no, I'm here and the world's like ending. And then not very long, I was like, oh, I now understand it's just the end of the Mayan calendar. So it's like the end of an age and the beginning of an age. But then there is something like a pole flip that's going to happen or something. And this is back in 2012, dude. Like I heard all this shit ahead of time. So everybody gets all riled up about it now. And it's like, it's interesting because things are all out there until you find them. And then you got to get riled up about it or something, right?
Let's get riled up.
So speaking of getting riled up about shit, like the world ending, has anybody been paying attention to CI Atlas?
Nope.
High energy spikes in ultraviolet. That's not typical comment.
So where is this? CI Atlas. We just found out about this thing July 1st. And it's like 3 footballs big, if I remember correctly. Is this the new one?
Everyone, geophysics.
Yes. Okay, this is it. So tinfoil hat theories. It's an alien spaceship. They're coming over here to aid us in the celestial, solar events that are happening and help guide us to not be completely destructed.
They're
blah,
going
blah,
to
blah.
introduce us to Space Cash.
Right. From South Park.
Yeah,
So what's really interesting, though, is it was burning red until Charlie Kirk's assassination and the vote for Epstein files on September 10th. And then all of a sudden it started glowing green. So total coincidence, right?
We have
Total coincidence.
We have found out the aliens actually are pretty intelligent. They are familiar with the game. Green light, red light. And they have been playing the game for centuries.
And it turns out that
Trebulon. They've been playing since the dawn of time.
And the people over in Israel also know of this game, red light, green light. And boy, they saw the green light on September 10th. Oh, my Lord.
There's some sort of communication happening. We don't understand yet, but we have the best experts on it. We're going to figure out this red light, green light.
Homie, way too coincidental because
That's weird.
Because heads up, if you didn't think about this part, colors are because of certain chemicals. Okay. And so green is C2. Okay. And we have no idea what this object is yet. We don't know if it's a comet, an asteroid, an alien. We have no idea what this is yet. We haven't actually been able to classify it.
Might be a rogue drone.
But it was glowing red. And allegedly, if it's a comet and it has a tail, it would have this thing called a coma, which is like the tail and it's gas and stuff. And that would not have C2 usually. So right now they're saying whatever made this turn green just made this something that we have never ever seen before in all the human history of looking up at the stars and watching everything.
It's pretty cool, dude.
Now, you want to get cooler? Oh,
Pretty neat.
so this is glowing brighter.
This is neat.
It's glowing brighter as it becomes closer to the sun. So we're going to see it more and more and more. But right now, it's behind the sun or some shit. So it's hard to see. Where's the... Yeah. This one's good. So it's hard to see, but then it keeps moving. And then its path... I was going to okay, here's the path. Its path is to go and bend around the sun here. So we're good right now, but it's in our gravity. So it's going to come around again. And if it comes around a little bit tighter and we happen to be on this side when it comes, it could be a messes with Earth kind of object.
I mean, we might get a title shift.
But now here's the crazy thing. So apparently this picture is incorrect because it points the tail away from the sun. So apparently this is the first object we've ever seen where the coma or tail is actually an anti-tail, and it's actually pointing towards the sun.
What they don't understand is that these guys are pro drifters, and they're actually just showing us up in the sport of drifting, and they're drifting the galaxy right now.
Bro.
Somebody cue the Tokyo Drift theme song right now. They are just drifting around the sun right now. What gangster of alien you gotta be to just be yo, let me just skirt into your your galaxy and just do a quick little drift loop around.
We're saying quadrant now, dog. Nah, we just drift into your quadrant.
Yeah, I just skidded right through your quadrant, just did a gnarly takeoff. Y'all are some freaking scrubs.
But yeah,
ain't
bro.
got nothing on my drift skills in Drift Galaxy 369.
Not a dull moment. Not a dull moment at all.
Wow. Space is weird, kids.
Never thought you'd be able to tie an astrological event to an assassination on Earth.
Yeah.
Right?
Also, I never,
Coincidental.
Hey,
Coincidence. No one knows.
I now am not going to criticize the Fast Furious series that much for having the stuff about space. Here it is. Look, they're Tokyo Drift. They influence people in space now. They got people drifting around out there. That wasn't a thing before Fast and Furious. They're doing the Lord's work out here.
Yeah, I'm sure it's Vin Diesel, right?
Oh, that probably is Vin Diesel's cousin as an alien.
This one,
dude, from Riddick years. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked Riddick. So apparently this is real images, and what it is they have to do the old take a bunch of images and then put them on top of each other. So then you get blur stars because we're trying to keep the thing in focus or whatever. But this tail right here is the coma thing.
All I see is RGB.
Yeah. But this is the tail coma thingy. But the dude was saying that it's pointing towards the sun. And it's the first time we've ever seen a thing not have a tail behind it. Our comprehension of physics of propulsion of like
Charlie
bursting
Kirk was
backwards.
assassinated, and comets have went suicidal. Here on World News. Next.
Flipped upside down, bro. Like, what the what?
Comets are trying to suicide themselves into the sun.
Very interesting. And then apparently it's going to go right by Mars. So this is 3i Atlas. It's going to go right past Mars. And then people are all like, it's aliens, bro. And they're going to take a stop at Mars to check in on the base. I'm like, well, we can make up children's stories like about anything, I guess. But like,
You know, man.
but that's interesting. If you're into this shit, follow this Stephen Burns. I've been digging his content on the astrological movings of the 3i Atlas. And if you like his stuff and you want a shirt, I'm always a sucker, bro. I like trying to support little teams. I think this is like $30-$40. But I like a nerd shirt that says 3i Atlas. And then it's even more meaningful because apparently his dad makes paintings. So his dad drew a painting for him so he could put it on the shirt.
That's pretty touching.
Like, oh, that's neat.
Pretty cool looking little graphic there.
Yeah, you know, like, that's neat. I want this on there. I want like the pathway of the 3i Atlas on the shirt. That's like a more of a duh for me, bro. Like, put that nerd stuff on there. Tell me you're a nerd without telling me.
Little like mall map. You are here.
Yeah,
3i Atlas here.
Yeah. Tell me you're a nerd without telling me you're a nerd.
Only several 100 million miles away from possibly wrecking your life, smashing on into our orbit.
So if you're not following him yet and you are into finance stuff, you should 100% be following Andre Geek because this dude is absolutely 100% banger, dude.
He looks so orange in that.
Looks like he fooled with it a little bit. So I don't know if he did it on on purpose or not there, but it looks like CNN at it, right?
All right, yeah, like they would on Joe Rogan with COVID.
But here, check out his intro real quick, and then I'll maybe fill in some fillers. If you're into this, go check this video out and watch the whole darn thing.
So at the recent Eastern Economic Forum in Russia, one of Vladimir Putin's closest advisors said something that got a lot of attention.
Америка прямо сейчас пытается поменять правила на рынке золота и криптовалют. Вспомните, какой у них долг. 35 триллионов долларов.
He said, the United States is preparing to use crypto and stablecoins to secretly devalue its entire $37 trillion debt.
Загоняя всех куда? В криптовалютное облако. Со временем, когда часть госдолга США будет размещена в стейблкоинах, США обесценит этот долг.
He says the United States is plotting to put that debt into a crypto cloud, which would reset the system, basically leaving the rest of the world just holding the bag. Now this
Almost like Satoshi Nakamoto, the alleged anonymous man who invented and released Bitcoin onto the earth, whose name happens to mean inside intelligence, kind of like, or what was it? Yeah, it was like central. It was central. It was center. It means center, and it means like smart in Japanese. So like center smart or central intelligence or like CIA. And then people theorize that Bitcoin is actually the one world currency that the evil global elitist bad guy, Illuminati's, whatever you call them, name them, actually wanted to push onto everybody.
Which is
A thing to blow up and be a thing.
Why it wouldn't be that hard thought that the Kirk wife situation was real, because how many years would they have had to been at if Bitcoin's their plan? How many years has that been going on? That's a long time.
Wait, say that again. Which one? How long has Bitcoin been out?
Yeah.
It was in 2012 it came out.
Yeah. That, or was it a year or two before?
When was Bitcoin released?
Yeah.
2009.
Yeah. So
it was right after the 08 crash. Duh.
So that's,
he had in the code, I did this because of the 08 lending crash. Blah, blah, blah. Better money.
That's a long time to be at. If that was a plan that they had in this, or part of their plan is still going, that's a long thing they've been working on. That's why I'm saying it wouldn't be that heartfelt
word for
that
it.
hard thought to think.
Oh yeah, long
or
con. Long con.
Yeah,
That's what they call it, right?
people's lives, missions are literally to an actual mission for somebody sometimes, which is crazy to think about.
So at the
Wait, where's the one? Why did it change my place?
so at the recent
Do you think, like, if this really is a play, I would have to unfortunately say that we are definitely stepping further into idiocracy times, because
Bro.
it's like, listen, look, the dollar, it was trash. We are now moving to, we got to update, guys. You know, we're in the 21st century, so we're going digital because all the cool kids say the cool stuff's digital, right? So we were analog clocks, now we're digital. We were analog money, now we're going digital. And so how do you know it's stable, though? Don, how do you know? Well, let me tell you. The name of the coin is stable coins. How could it not be stable? It's in the name. The coins aren't going anywhere, folks. They are stable. All of them. There's many stable, not even just one. So it's a whole bunch of coins being stable all together. Way better than the dollar. It's trash. So we're jumping onto these new stable coins. Dollar is in the dumpster. Bye-bye. Say goodbye to it. And yeah, that's what we're on now and what we're going to continue to do. Just believe me, because this is our biggest move in history. We can actually now make as much money as we want.
Oh, wait, you couldn't do that before?
You know, when my marketing team told me we're going to call it Trump coin, I was pretty pissed off because what I wanted to call it was huge. I thought huge coin would do great things, wonderful things, but at minimum it would do huge things.
Huge. Possibly great. Possibly great things.
But great coin didn't sound as good as huge.
Huge.
Huge coin was going to be huge.
Like when you say great and huge in front of another set of words, huge just sounds a little better.
You want a huge schlong and you want a huge crypto token. This why you buy.
I was thinking
huge
of a
coin.
rack, but that also works.
Watch this, bro. Michael Saylor is industry-leading proponent, advocate of Bitcoin because allegedly he believes in it. But he's got a gigantic company that owned the world's largest stock of Bitcoin.
I thought you were
Previous
something else.
to BlackRock owning the largest stock of Bitcoin now. They've now outbought, what's it called? Michael Saylor's freaking company. Blah, 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 blah. MicroStrategies. If you have a traditional stock portfolio, this is not financial advice. We are not financial advisors. We're just talking baloney. Please consult your financial advisor and make your own decision. However, if you have a traditional stock portfolio, you may be interested in asking people that would maybe know about things and not just be like a scaredy cat traditional financial advisor about checking out MicroStrategy, because MicroStrategy gives you exposure to Bitcoin without actually having to fool around with crypto and Bitcoin. So you can get traditional stock portfolio exposure to Bitcoin and all of its mega growth, especially when Trump does a crypto trust and then maybe does this thing about like dumping the whole debt on, you know, the old traditional system, right? But Michael Saylor, super smart dude. The guy blows my mind every time I listen to his things. This is the guy I always say, bro, when I watch him. I feel like I'm a pretty like savvy guy. I'm not the smartest guy ever, but watching Michael Saylor, I'm like, do anything? And then he gives me an analogy and I go, okay, I'm with you. Okay. 30 seconds later, do anything?
Yeah, okay, I understand now.
Another analogy. Okay, I'm with you. 30 seconds later, I know what you say. And it just loops, bro. It just loops. So listen to what he says about gold here, dude.
You need the teaching with captions.
Bro, somebody wrap your head around this. Tell me if this makes sense right away. I had to listen to it twice.
by billionaire CEO of MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor. He actually advised President Trump to, quote, dump all the U.S. gold and buy Bitcoin.
dump your gold, sell all the U.S. gold, buy Bitcoin, then the trade is free because you could buy 5 million Bitcoin for the cost of the gold. You will demonetize the entire gold asset class, and our enemies hold gold in their banks, so their assets would go to zero. Our assets would go to $100 trillion, and we would control the world's reserve capital network as well as the world's reserve currency network.
The $37 trillion question, though, is how realistic is this?
Should we listen to it twice? That blows my mind. It's like, I don't know. Is everybody else into this as much as I am? This is kind of
it kind of makes like it makes sense, but also it seems too simple.
What do you think, live chat? What do you think?
I feel like it's like too simple, and he says it off like, yeah, I don't know why we're not number one in the world. We just like buy the Bitcoin, and then like all of a sudden all their assets are gone, and like boom, we're a world leader. That's all it takes.
By the way, I'm heavily invested in Bitcoin.
You gotta wake up and you gotta wake up a winner. You gotta wake up piss excellence, dude.
So I own a bunch of Bitcoin, and what I think you should do, stay with me here, sell all your gold and buy more Bitcoin, eh?
Not because it'd make my Bitcoin worth a whole lot more, but because then you would have Bitcoin worth more.
And then hurt the bad guys that have all the gold stuff.
Dump all the U.S. gold and buy Bitcoin.
Dump your gold, sell all the U.S. gold, buy Bitcoin, then the trade is free because you could buy 5 million Bitcoin for the cost of the gold. You will demonetize the entire gold asset class, and our enemies hold gold in their banks, so their assets would go to zero. Our assets would go to $100 trillion, and we would control the world's reserve capital network as well as the world's reserve currency network.
The 37.
In the part he left out, I would speculate publicly that he then sent the DM was, and you just buy all your gold back.
Yeah, right. Hey, look, a sale on gold. It ain't worth shit.
Yeah, you guys need to switch and get into Bitcoin.
Yeah.
By the way, I sold a little piece of the Bitcoin and I went and bought all the gold.
Yeah.
So then it's win-win-win?
Yeah. I just don't like how, I swear, I don't know if it's just me. At the end, you could tell it was off a little bit. I felt like it was off a lot.
Oh, it looks like somebody
his mouth. His
yeah.
mouth is definitely not right with the words. So I can't tell if it's just lagged or if it's actually voiced over.
But the words don't seem like they're AI, and he does talk like that.
Right.
It sounds like how he talks.
Right. That's what it's like. It looks like it. So hopefully we're not. It's crazy that we even got to think about that in this era, dude.
My mom just sent me one today, bro. She said, Elon said this, blah, 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 but I don't know. It could be AI. I said, send it over. I opened it up immediately. It was like, there's like a million of these, it's him just at the webcam talking things. And I was like, that's AI. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but nah, it's AI. Because he was kind of saying something crazy. So I was like,
wild, stupid.
I don't know, bro, but this Andre Jeek is really, really good. I would 100% watch his videos. And he does magic tricks. Pretty cool.
Ooh,
Magic make me happy watching.
When the U.S. inflates the dollar, the economy starts to feel the pain right away. We all see the higher grocery bills, right? The more expensive house prices, the energy costs going up, potentially higher interest rates to cool it down. Those CPI and consumer price index reports go up, and then people get upset, right? But stablecoins, they change that equation. Because stablecoins park reserves in short-term U.S. treasuries, so the demand for dollars in treasuries can actually go up as adoption grows, making the whole thing kind of self-reinforcing. Every time someone uses USDT or USDC throughout the rest of the world, they're basically holding a digital IOU backed by U.S. treasuries.
Bro,
that means they are indirect.
This is mad genius.
Yeah, because once you understand how money works,
right,
and currency and all that, because money and currency are different. Like a lot of people don't understand.
Sure.
Nothing is simple.
This is absolutely bonkers genius if you're into finance stuff and blah, blah, economy, world, something. But turning all these stable coins into bond thingies and paralleling that, and then it's all digital, magical blockchain shit, bro. Effing genius. The stable coin right now, historically is a peg to a dollar thing. So it's like you don't make no money off of it. But apparently these high professionals are still pulling yield off stable coins because of the like half a cent, 2 cent fluctuation. And I'm like, that one's over my brain.
They just found the pattern and doing a stop loss or a buying.
Right. And it's all AI trading now, bro. Like it was all bots like previously. Now it's moved from bots to the fake intelligence. Like
I wish I had
100%.
a bot trading and I was just drinking and partying on the New York Underground because my bot's out there making me money.
Man, back to Mr. Benny Johnson here. This was a pretty good opener here, but I wanted to hear what Mr. Benny Johnson had to say about him talking to Elon at the memorial. And everybody was kind of like, oh, Trump and Elon are all good again. Because they were like, you know, cordial here at the memorial.
I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. Tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah. Somebody just like told AI, like, that would have taken a guy hours on hours to edit, probably. And AI was just like, yeah, hold my beer. Let me whip that up in maybe 5 minutes here.
Yeah.
Andrew, I'm probably going to spend the rest of my life processing what I experienced yesterday. I couldn't sleep. It's like you were buzzing last night. There was so much kinetic energy in that room. It was a revival energy. And
yeah, and if you didn't see like, you know, stories about her, or you didn't listen to the speeches, if you're into this stuff, I highly recommend giving the Charlie Kirk channel the views, but then also like in giving him the views, listening to all the speeches, like I was telling you, bro. They're really good, bro. They're inspiring, blah, blah, and you hear a bunch of little stories about Charlie and these people. And what I learned is if it's all true stuff, Charlie Kirk was 100% the linchpin in literally why we're in the timeline of Trump and what we think is a lot of good things coming out of Trump admin, bro. Like Charlie was the linchpin for Benny Johnson, for JD Vance, for all of these people. He knew freaking Stephen Miller for 10 years and this guy and that guy and that guy. This, bro, absolutely pivotal. Absolutely bonkers.
He even knew Cartman.
And helping assist and build Turning Point USA in these events over the last decade or so, the magnificence of the team here. And Blake is here, obviously, but Blake is just a representation, and you yourself as well, of the architecture that Charlie put forward. There is no group on earth, political or otherwise, that could have pulled off a 100,000 person in-person memorial, including the vast majority of cabinet secretaries, executive offices, governorships, members of Congress, senators, world leaders, richest man on earth, Elon Musk, arguably the most powerful private civilian on earth, Elon Musk, all in attendance yesterday. It is an impossibility for nation states to be able to pull that off. Like small countries in Europe wouldn't be able to do that.
They wouldn't get the permit to do it.
With the full force of the Swiss government, they couldn't pull that off. I just want to like take a giant step back.
Well, like very true, right? That's like pretty big deal.
Oh, we're dancing way too close with World War and Civil War stuff, man.
Wait, though, how'd you get that out of like, hey, this is a whole bunch of powerful, awesome people all coming together.
History repeating itself. Like he's kind of like Martin Luther King's situation. He was trying to like bring the people together. Some people see him as divisive. Like, hey, it's just
some people now saying he was a plant and a shill and it was all fake all along.
Yeah. We found out Martin Luther King might have been like, come on, man, dang it.
Might have been being nudged.
Yeah, we're just way too close on that teetering point, man. People are really wound up.
Earth, perhaps in American history, filled with prayer, mourning, forgiveness, and a call for righteous justice. That is the difference between two ideologies, two directions for Western civilization, and a profound magisterial remembrance of Charlie's legacy. It is precisely as he would have wanted it. And I want to jump just one more story in, because I was backstage. I got to see a lot of interactions. I got to backstage, front stage. I was seated amongst all the cabinet secretaries. Got to see a lot. Elon Musk came by a couple times. And I just want to use Elon Musk as a example of the power of Charlie's legacy. Elon Musk and Donald Trump had a bit of a falling out. Maybe you've heard of it. And that sucked, especially for guys like Charlie, who were coalition builders. Charlie Kirk was thanked on stage by Donald Trump himself for bringing together RFK Jr. and Maha movement. Donald Trump says, Charlie created Maha. I don't think Charlie ever will get the credit that he deserves for doing that.
That's crazy.
But also, Charlie Kirk brought together massive coalitions of, well, at any Turning Point event, you can find Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro, and Tucker Carlson sharing the same stage, right? Maybe not together, but they're all there, right, to give an opportunity to project their worldview, right? Charlie was constantly doing that, constantly bridging gaps, constantly fusing together, because he realized that if we don't hang together, we will surely hang separately.
After this event this morning, well-known atheist Elon Musk was posting verses of the Lord's Prayer.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's interesting and kind of cool. Like, maybe it's not his favorite thing, but certainly would not have posted that if not felt sparked by some kind of. Well, I went to church yesterday, and okay.
Hopefully, it's real. Like how he was saying he helped Trump because he believed if he didn't, that was going to be the end of America as a democracy, because it would have been all blue. So he now sees how serious like they are actually about trying to turn it all blue. So he's like, this is just bigger than myself.
Well, and another, he was just distancing himself for the like, hey, stop with the blowback or something, like getting a lot of heat from the, the board at Tesla probably.
Right. That's what Kirk was saying. Like this, he did all this not for himself, but for the country and everything else.
Right.
So Musk probably sees that, no, this is like above us. This is like for the country.
Right.
Which is exactly what Elon Musk told me. So backstage, Elon Musk embraces Erica Kirk, and she's crying in his arms, and they're hugging, and it's really profound. This was after the speeches. This was after the program. And this is the words that Elon Musk said to us in this small little group with Erica Kirk. And he said, this is why I was proud to sit with my president. This is what he called Trump, my president today. He accepted Trump's invitation to go up there, and the majority of the event, Elon Musk sent sitting there with Donald Trump, chewing it up. Everyone can see here's the photos of Elon embracing Erica, and then there are photos of Elon with Trump, and they seem to be having a great time. Dana White also there. What not only was the size and scope of this and the peacefulness of it a profound eulogy for Charlie and his memory, but the cornerstone of it all, to unite the world's most powerful, richest private civilian with the world's most powerful public figure, Donald Trump. Charlie said in this chair right here, he hoped that it happened. There's a clip that went viral yesterday. Charlie saying, I pray that Elon Musk and Donald Trump reconcile. And they did so at Charlie's funeral in Charlie's memory.
Amen.
A profound and beautiful example of what Charlie constantly was doing for our movement. And he fused together the greatest schism that we've seen in the nascent Trump administration. He just fixed Trump and Elon together. We saw it live. And it's like the power of Charlie crying out. I mean, after death, crying out, and like still the power of Charlie, like bringing together these tectonic forces that should not reconcile. These are two stubborn men. These are two men that don't need each other, honestly. But Elon Musk told me this. He hugs Erica Kirk. He looks to all of us and he goes, if we don't hang together, we will surely hang separately. So let us unite. I was proud to sit with my president tonight. That's what Elon told us. That's what Elon told us backstage.
Wow.
And so, again, just as a little behind-the-scenes vignette here, what you watched yesterday, what tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of people saw yesterday, definitely hundreds of millions saw yesterday, was a beautiful encapsulation, eulogizing, and memorial to Charlie with his energy pulsing through every bit of it.
I mean, that's beautifully said. I hadn't heard that.
Super freaking cool. So fun, cool story, man. Hopefully that like spins into more positivity and progress forward for saving America.
Not letting the fireworks go off. Because, oh, man, I feel like we're dancing way too close on that. I mean, if they want the one world government to go through, they got to get through America, and we're really strong. And just the saying isn't for nothing. United, we're strong. Divided, we fall.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if they can get us to fight with ourselves, it's the only way they're going to get us.
Right.
And they are doing a darn good job at getting us.
And keep us spun up with all the conspiracy theories, bro. Like that's where I'm like getting a little bit disinterested with like it all being too crazy. I still like Andy's take on it, bro. Where it was like, you keep moving this, or
No, I think it just like keeps doing
keeps
that.
sliding on its own. I like Andy's take where he's like, it kind of really doesn't matter who the heck did it. We all know like the thing that we need to work on getting rid of and like fixing. Let's keep the eye on the target here, like keep the eye on the ball. Like,
yep.
It's like, yeah, I hear that, bro. I said this was the difference between the left and the right. Oh, here we go. You got somebody that still does not understand the difference between the left and the right now. Charlie Kirk's assassination from a leftist trans activist. The right prays, mourns, goes to church, and this was before the memorial, now after. The woman of the man who was murdered, then publicly on television in front of 100,000 people in real life and millions across the world, forgives the murderer. Says, I forgive you, bawling in between it. And it was tough to say, He said, I forgive you. The left is, the Democrat PDF George Zinn, the guy that was grabbed at the assassination saying, I did it, shoot me. He distracts law enforcement falsely claiming that he was the shooter, then helping the assassin get away, charged criminally. Then a bomb was planted at a Fox News vehicle by 2 Democrat voters, criminal and terrorist charges. Massive Charlie Kirk memorial is vandalized and destroyed in Arizona, criminal charges.
Sick to see, dude.
Right? Like, come on, man. Just like leave it alone or something,
it's
right?
just like pissing on a grave.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Talk about karma again, right? A couple years there. Kimmel's show is suspended for lying about left-wing terrorism. Thousands upon thousands of leftists losing their jobs for celebrating Kirk's death. Texas Tech student assaulted a Charlie Kirk supporter. Expulsion and criminal charges. Texas State student mocked Charlie's death and threatened TPUSA students. Expulsion. 58 House Democrats vote against disavowing political violence. Brett Kavanaugh's left-wing political assassin comes out as trans, by the way. So the person who shot at Brett Kavanaugh, did he actually? I don't think he killed him. Did he? Did he actually kill him?
I don't know.
But he now has come out as trans. So if not before, now seems a little troubled, perhaps. And then a bomb threat at RFK Jr.'s house. Criminal charges there. So I don't know, man. There were allegedly right-wing people running into groups of people for BLM riots, but I don't know, man. Maybe my feed's bias is all get out, but I don't see like stories like this one after another of right-leaning people.
Not normally. Doesn't seem right. I always wonder if it's just the algorithm, but I see that's why I try to keep, seeing stuff on the other side, the other outlets that are, even if they're biased, you gotta like see what they're saying. Oh man, it was rough the other day. What was it? It was MSNBC or CNN. The Joe whatever his name,
Scarborough.
Yeah. Oh, dude, just
Who was
just literally
previous senator or representative?
All
I
he
believe?
was saying was doing narrative rhetoric bull crap. That's all he was saying for minutes and minutes and minutes after each other. Like, no wonder these people hate the guys.
Yep. Just the lies over and over again until they all believe it, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, he was just a broken record saying the same thing. It's like, wow, none of that's proven. It's actually all proven against right now, and he's still on the mainstream at this current time, just spreading it.
Well, that's what we're all confused about the Charlie or the Kimmel Charlie Kirk thing. How are any of these people not being threatened by the FCC for their license to be taken away for the whole organization?
Yeah.
Like, wait, what? That we could have been doing that already for like 6 months?
Oh, it's stupid.
Like, bro, take the
man.
license away. Do it on your own and keep saying all the crap you want then.
I mean,
But take the license away. They're not a news network anymore. They're an opinion network. Problem solved.
There's the First Amendment and all that other stuff. It's we want them to be able to say what we want, but man, it gets a little tricky.
But take away the license that makes normal people go, oh, you're supposed to believe everything they say because they're like, sanctioned by the government. That's the other thing that we all forget. Those news networks are sanctioned by the government.
I was going to say, I thought like you actually had credentials to be a journalist back so if you seen something and seen that it was a journalist writing it, you could know that it was like somebody that gets to the bottom of a story, investigates. Now, they got to tell you the truth behind what they find. Now it's just, it's just a person that has a has a job at an article writing place.
That's all it ever was. It was just, there was this thing called like honor.
Yeah.
And like respect
what I'm saying is like people, I feel like thought that comes with the credentials.
Right.
Like, no, it used to.
Right.
But like they thought it was like part of the like requirements for the credentials. No, that's just how it used to be.
Right.
And now these journalists can be biased.
It's not like you're getting a certification that then, more certified woo-woos you to like,
Yeah, there's no
integrity. Another crazy thing that we were distracted upon, why in Lord's name would the FBI decide to release that trans shooter manifesto? I believe this is for one where they went and, did the bad stuff to children at schools, right? This was like the big crazy one that was going on for a long time, and we couldn't get the manifesto. And then somebody leaked it to the Steven Crowder show, and then they put it out there, and it had all these weird scribbles on there of like really deranged and troubled human ideas and concepts, right? So apparently the FBI has now just fully released the manifesto during this whole Charlie Kirk debacle and taking over news cycle.
Another distraction.
Right.
Another thing to do.
The thing that's done during the distraction, right? Like
another thing they can do because the distraction is big enough. They're like, quick, nobody's noticing the Epstein thing. Slip this one under too. We gotta use the distraction time that we can.
That was on the same day, so that one had to been more like, guys, do it on the 10th.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They hold it on standby. They're like, hey, they still ain't noticing anything. This one's still a situation we can use. Slide another one under the door.
Golly, bro.
Yeah, they see the situation. They're like, are people noticing? Yeah, okay. Well, then we won't post this one too. Oh, people are still not noticing. We got time. We can get another one. And they don't know how much time they'll get on either one. It's always it goes how the world lets it. And so either they get a bunch in or they only get one in or they get none,
Right.
But they have been doing this game for a long time. They're pretty good at the distraction game. Hey, look over here while they set something up over there.
Almost too good. Hey, here's your post from this week, huh?
Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully I know I posted one or two. I don't remember how many I did, but I knew I had at least one in there.
Wait a second. This is a good J.B. Pritzker post?
Oh, come on. You know me.
He's just saying the quiet part out loud?
AI. AI is great.
Oh, it's AI.
Yeah.
Trump doesn't seem to understand is that crime is something normal in Chicago. It's a tradition. We're all criminals here. I'm a criminal. This Wakanda guy is a criminal. This bitch with the white hair, she's black and she lives in Chicago, so she's probably a criminal. Just let us live peacefully in our crime-ridden shithole. Okay, we don't want you here. Thank you. What President Trump doesn't seem to understand is that
it can't be fake because he's speaking so much truth, you know. Oh man,
is that what like his inner monologue says? Back to the inner monologue.
I don't know if he has an inner monologue. That guy. Not
if
too
he
sure
did,
yeah.
Is that what that would be
Yeah,
like?
probably.
You know.
Yep. Something very similar. Because he is a shitbag and he knows it. Some people just like don't realize that, I think, and they just like do it, you know?
Yeah, right.
This guy definitely knows. He knows what he's doing.
So apparently Trump officially has designated Antifa terrorists, bro. So I think that's probably a good thing.
Definitely is.
And so now they can do all the things that you can like do to stop terrorists, right?
Yeah, when they're doing terrorist stuff, we should probably be able to do the terrorist, fight back.
Right, because Steelman, one says this is a slippery slope. When the Democrats get in power, now they can say precedents, and they can be like turning points of terrorist thing.
I was gonna say, a little. I was gonna say the same thing.
But I also think that's how they try to get us to like not do things. They're like, oh, we're so scared they're gonna clap back. We better not do anything. Just stand still. And it's like,
well, remember, they already clapped this at us earlier. If you have the Gadsden flag or any of that, you're a domestic terrorist. They already labeled innocent American citizens terrorists.
right.
So, yeah, we might, okay, tit for tat. We got to hit one back.
right.
Because we're still designated as terrorists if you fly the Gadsden flag or something. You end up on the list. So, yeah, you got to label some of the wild thing is oh, you labeling us? That's unfair. No, the crazy part is you labeled us falsely. We labeled you correctly, and then you're like, no, now you can't do that. They just.
That's what's difficult about arguing about that one, because it's like they say, we say. Who's the correct one? We feel we're correct. They feel like we are correct, as in they are we. We always feel like we are correct ourselves.
I think it's just literally people negating the fact of what's correct. They just can't be wrong, and so their way has to be right. They hold on to the grave to that, basically. Humans, Homo sapiens, we are strange creatures. We are
a crazy bunch, an eclectic bunch, one may say.
Possibly test tubed from some aliens. We don't know.
With all the leftists crying about Jimmy Kimmel getting canned, trying to claim it's Donald Trump's fascist fault, it's good to remember when Barack Obama caused a man to lose his job and Roseanne to get fired. Benny Johnson again. Follow the Benny Johnson. Training day right?
This is either American Gangster.
Oh, yeah,
Guys, Benny, here's how you know you're truly old. If you were around,
I think you're right. Maybe that was American Gangster. I
didn't remember Training Day. Denzel wearing the suit.
Maybe at the end.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I think that was a good idea with American Gangster.
If you know which movie it is, let us know in the chat.
Let us know in the comments or the live down below.
13 massive national news.
I didn't remember this. I kind of remembered this story, but I forgot about it.
Right. We know conspiracy is much more than movies. So if y'all educate us on the movies, we'll educate you on the conspiracy.
most insulting thing to ever happen to our nation or our president. The Obama rodeo clown, where a dude who's literally a rodeo clown for a living dressed up as Barack Obama and ran around. That's it. That's all he did. There's nothing racist. Nothing mean was said. Dude just literally ran around as Barack Obama. This is what he looked like. There you go. He had an Obama mask on. And the announcer was like, yeehaw, this is a Barack Obama. And that's it. That's the whole scandal. This caused feigned national outrage. The rodeo clown was never allowed to work again. He was investigated by the feds for a race crime. The performance was roundly criticized by.
For what?
Yeah, let me tell you about the one little story how I wore a costume to work and my whole life got turned upside down. I wore Obama suit to work and the feds went through every drawer and every piece of clothes in my closet.
I mean, that's bonkers, dog.
They even took a spotlight and looked up my bum hole. This has been a horrible experience. 10 out of 10 would not recommend.
Democrats and Republican leaders alike. Oh, we're better than this. Disrespectful and offensive. For wearing an Obama mask, that's it. That's all it was. He's wearing an Obama mask and running around. Democrats in Kansas City, Missouri, ruined this man's life for wearing an Obama mask. They can go to hell. We'll never let that go. Not just this guy. They ruined the lives of so many people that entered the entertainment venue. Some of them are rodeo clowns and some of them are Roseanne. These are a list of cancellations, by the way, over the last 10 years from the people who are sobbing right now about Jimmy Kimmel. Roseanne, Tucker Carlson, Shane Gillis, Gina Carano, J.K. Rowling, Piers Morgan, Dave Chappelle, Megyn Kelly, Hulk Hogan, Chris Harrison, and so on and so on and so on. And the list goes on and on and on and on. So yes, they're thrilled to cancel. They staged walkouts over Dave Chappelle telling naughty jokes.
I'd forgotten about this, but apparently Roseanne's show was literally canceled over a tweet she made. And she claims, so her conspiracy theory, right? She claims that Barack and his wife literally like called and communicated with Bob Iger at Disney to then go, yo, cancel her. And that's why she was kicked off the Roseanne show and it shut down and everything. I totally forgot about that.
They wanted to destroy the life of
Bro, do you know why Home Improvement got canceled too?
Yeah.
The wife was upset that she was not getting paid the same as Tim Allen, the man who invented the entire show based off of his comedy skits for like years. His comedy skits were literally all the episodes of the effing show, bro.
I mean, if she was getting paid pennies, like you can't get paid the same. Yeah, when he had all the ideas and all that stuff. What are you talking about? If you were getting paid pennies on the dollar, that sucks. But I doubt it.
Yeah, doubt it. She probably got paid more with each season that it went on. Maybe she got a raw deal. But yeah, word is she wanted to get paid as much.
I feel like she got paid pretty good. She was in other bits and stuff. So
yeah, bro. Here's the list again. Tim Allen, Anthony Cumia. I forget who that is. Isn't that in the Joe Rogan orbit comedian? Roseanne
Maybe.
Barr, Gina Carano. She was the one that was in The Mandalorian. Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, Shane Gillis, James Woods, Sam Hyde, Gavin McInnes, Josh Denny, Owen Benjamin, all canceled by Hollywood. And nobody threw a big fit because they were on the wrong side of the message.
Yeah. You're all hateful people.
You're all part of the fascist party.
You're spreading hate.
Because he told a naughty joke. They, of course, were successful in taking out Tim Allen. And
that's the point, man. That's the point. Everyone freaking out. Yeah, no, it was Obama that literally posted a cry about Kimmel and Rose. Like, this is why I love when everybody on X is like, this is why I'm never uninstalling this app. Screenshot. So is Barack Obama like, I don't believe that it was good and just think to cancel Jimmy Kimmel's show. I liked watching the show. I liked the propaganda that he said, and I
like the propaganda.
think that is wrong. That's not good. And Roseanne was like, "You remember that time you called Bob Iger and got me canceled?"
Roasted. Man. These are... Yeah, the internet, dude. The internet. Yeah.
Typical internet. Where else could you see something like that happen, bro? If you don't have an X account, you should go make an X account and follow me at Mastache and look at the people I follow and build yourself a better news feed. You don't got to follow everybody. Follow a few people, and then it will give you better shit. And then you can follow them, whatever the hell you like. If you don't want to follow what I like or whatever, but if you like some of this stuff, folks, or you need to set somebody up with an X account, go make them an X account. Right after you make a locals account, follow us. Is this old news, or in case someone you know or see online did not know about this? This is all shocked that the Trump admin is stepping up to combat some of the extremists against Charlie Kirk right now. Biden admin was investigating over 100 GOP-leaning organizations. I think this one's a Tim Pool. Follow the Tim Pool.
New York Post. FBI Arctic frost probe targeted.
Oh, dude. Oh, dude, I totally forgot about this. Are you ready for this, bro? Are you ready for this?
Ready.
Nearly 100 GOP groups, including Charlie Kirk's TPUSA. This, of course, was exposed by Senator Grassley in the hearing with Kash Patel earlier. They say an FBI investigation launched in the wake of the 2020 election scrutinized nearly 100 Republican and GOP-aligned groups, including Turning Point USA. Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley published files related to the probe, codenamed Arctic Frost, during a panel hearing, saying the records revealed Arctic Frost was much broader than just an electoral matter, and that the investigation expanded to Republican organizations. Some examples of the groups that Ray's FBI sought to place under political investigation included the Republican National Committee, Republican Attorneys General Association, and Trump political groups, Grassley went on. Let me just make it clear. The argument that, oh, no, we can't because Democrats would later, Democrats already did.
Right.
And we are, let me say this. I think the left wants a civil war in this country because it is the only way they can destroy the Constitution, which basically protects us. It's tattered to shreds. It isn't the only thing that protects us, but that written document makes it very difficult for the left to make dramatic revolutionary change. Were a civil war to happen, they can rewrite whatever they want. So they are intentionally creating circumstances by which this conflict arises. Democrats are more than happy to oblige. They have tried, they arrested Trump several times. They have tried to put him in prison. They are still trying to put him in prison, but it's frozen because Trump is currently president. A left-aligned individual said that Charlie was too hateful to be negotiated with. And so this assassin, allegedly, innocent until proven guilty, but it looks like the evidence they've released so far is pretty damning. This left-aligned individual shot and murdered Charlie Kirk. We are in an untenable circumstance. They are issuing death threats and veiled threats, publishing addresses, trying to get prominent individuals killed. What can we do? We can say, hold on, we are not going to go after them because they've used loopholes in how they speak so that we can't prosecute them. They've used...
Right, bro. He makes a great analogy. He says, it's like this, bro. What we got to figure out, bro, is we got to figure out how to just stop this, okay? And stop being like too polite or something. And we have to figure out how to get around this free speech problem, okay? Because what the leftists are doing right now, the extreme left or, the radical left or, the political left, it's like two people on a street corner. One of them says, that guy over there is a Nazi fascist, okay? Free speech, right? Then the second guy says, oh, somebody should end the life of Nazi fascists. That's free speech. That's just an opinion. Somebody should stop bad people, right? But together, that's a death threat and a crime. And so he's theorizing that that's essentially what they're doing because he's been saying a lot of this actually. he ended up not going to the memorial. He was invited, but he was one of the few people, there's like, I'm sure plenty, that was not able to make it because his security team said, bro, the only way you're going to be able to go to Arizona right now with all of the death threats right now because of the raise escalated. Oh, like Destiny. I don't like giving him airtime here, but Destiny is a big leftist, whack nut influencer guy, right?
That dude's got some noodles loose.
Bro, Tim says he thinks he's got like a suicide wish, and that's why he's just saying more and more crazy, absolute nutso stuff, so that somebody does something, and then he'll be a martyr for the left.
He picked the wrong side to be suicide wishing.
Right. Like, we're not going to do anything, buddy. Like,
yeah. You got to be on this side talking crap.
Right.
Case in point, unfortunately.
Because apparently that guy's life is way too public, bro. His wife left him because they were into, like, swinger and stuff. And then the guy's kid don't like him no more. So,
Destiny?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yo, dude, he was a super cuck apparently, and it's like all got leaked online and everything, and blah 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 blah, and everybody bags on him and stuff. So Tim was actually theorizing that the dude's trying to get his life ended by saying absolute radical stuff because he went on Piers Morgan and doubled down on it, bro. And he said that if you wanted Charlie not assassinated, Trump should have never been elected. There needs to be conservatives getting murdered. So they're scared to say all of their evil bad guy rhetoric. And it's like, what?
And sometimes you wonder if it would fix the problem or not. Like if all of a sudden just right as my dude says that lightning strike, like some suit of instant karma, like, would maybe.
Well, how about that one woman that was
slap them to realization? But I don't know.
That comedian that was making fun of God in her act, and then later she was making fun of people not getting vaccinated, and then she went into convulsions and fell over on the stage, and everybody was like, "Smitten, yowza!"
Yeah, that's slightly. That seems oddly coincidental,
right?
Ouch.
Like, God bless, but yeah, dude. Tim's been really big on pointing out that, like, man, the radical leftist tension right now is bonkers. There's been 4 murder attempts or murders in this week, including Charlie's. There was more, and I don't like giving them airtime, but there was more.
A guy, I think, at the funeral that
the day
was
before.
caught as expired cop badges and stuff, and
he had an arsenal of things,
had
bro.
A knife, a gun,
yep,
quite a few different things.
And then they got word that he was telling a friend person, I think the friend might have leaked him, that he was working on making, like, explosives, and was showing all the nuts and bolts that he was going to put in them, and all this kind of crazy wacko stuff, dog, like absolutely bonkers. And then a Republican rep was somehow lit on fire, but then the mother found her and she was screaming, "I don't want to die." And they're saying, "Oh, this has no reason to be a political attack at all, but we're investigating it." And you're like, wait, what?
It's aggravating.
So, like, you're trying to tell me the girl was trying to, like, end the game of life, and then, like, in the moment was just screaming, "Never mind, I don't want to." Like, a lot of weird shit going on, dog. That's coming from one side mostly, dude. And, there's radical extreme rightists that have done absolute horrible thingies, and we don't agree with them at all, man. We're middle right around here mostly.
Yeah.
Absolutely bonkers, bro.
Wrong with people, man.
But that Operation, what was it? Operation Frost.
They listen to 0 to 100 too much by Drake. That's what happened.
But the Operation, Arctic Frost, bro. Like we were kind of saying, and everybody that's on our side of the team kind of knows, bro. It's like, nah, dude, they were 100% investigating and trying to shadow ban and literally cancel, debank anybody that was against their global elite establishment deep state system, bro. 100%. And then this is just like Operation Hurricane, Crossfire Hurricane. Crossfire Hurricane was to illegally wiretap Donald Trump. Next, we have Arctic Frost. So it was to stop all the people supporting Trump because they were like, oh, dang, we couldn't take him down.
Yeah.
So that's nuts.
He's got too big of balls, but all supporters, I bet, don't have as big of balls as he does. Oh, well, you found one, and unfortunately, we see what happens when you have too big of balls to sway you a certain way. If you can't be bought, the price is your life.
Absolutely bonkers. And then that's what a lot of people were saying all week.
Is James O'Keefe was saying.
Yeah,
Unless
right.
your price is your life,
Yep.
you can be bought.
And it was Charlie. Charlie's price was his life. Yep.
Yep. Yep. All right.
Absolutely bonkers, bro. Yep. Yeah, dude, watching that memorial was really powerful. And it was cool, dude, if you're not like, about like, God stuff and, a little bit of like, like church music and stuff. It was really cool, powerful. I definitely recommend watching that memorial, giving them the numbers, giving your soul a little bit of, some revival vibes, I've done the most I could to not utilize this wave of revival as like an advertisement for the company.
I was going to say, yeah, revival. Oh.
They kept saying like, it's a revival. And I was like, yeah.
You selfish son of a gun.
But just like in my head, because they said the word revival. And then I was like, dude, I should do an ad. And then I was like, nah, that's cheap. If I did anything, I'd have to be like, yo, in the honor of Charlie Kirk and the nature of, the revival going on, free tune-up for anybody that like comes in and gives me a Bible verse.
That's a good idea, I think.
Doing
a sale.
No, like a free thingy. So it's like I'm not making no money, or like, hey, pay me money later or something like that. Like
promo.
Name your price. Pay what you want.
Promo.
Pay what you want. I'll give your computer a quick tune-up.
Can I give you $1? Yes, bring you a PC here. I go. Here you go.
But you gotta give me a Bible verse or something, bro.
Specks of dust off it.
But I'd have to run that ad on just my personal, I'm like all about like not being quiet, but I don't want to blast that all over my business.
Right, yeah.
Maybe I should. Maybe I'd have more customers, bro. Niche down. The riches are in the niches, they say.
Yeah, they say niching down does bring more in that business. Whatever the niche is.
Anybody else got anything else in the live chat before we walk our way on out of here? Sound off in the live chat. What up, Niltamir? Thanks for showing up, good buddy.
I don't know what flash dance is.
Thanks to the Selner, the Steezy. Flash dance is those things like a flash mob, I think.
Oh, like a flash mob?
I don't know if he meant to say flash mob, but he's a boomer, so he was like, hey, the thing, like the flash dance. Good old Niltamir. Thanks for showing up for the show.
Yeah, maybe.
Mr. J-Man's probably out by now, but thanks, Mr. J-Man, for stopping by.
Yeah, it was a good little bit of interaction in the chat tonight. That was good.
Yeah,
I was actually able to comment. The last few weeks I've been able to comment. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It just was doing the thing where like...
Oh, it's not reloaded for me once. It's like they fixed it.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It hasn't been like crashing at all. So let's go Rumble.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm sure Rumble's getting quite a bump after all this.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Turning Point's on the Rumble. Follow Turning Point right here on the old Rumble. They got a YouTube too. YouTube is not said anything about our videos for a while. Pretty cool.
Ooh.
But there's a YouTube conspiracy going around where a bunch of the big, huge, and this is not just our like conspiracy or politics channels, even Linus Tech Tips.
Oh, yeah,
so
dang.
Everybody's views went off a cliff and they're all like losing their ish. Like, I got like employees and like a business and blah, blah, blah. So they made secondary channels and go figure. Those all are getting promoted.
Huh. Weird. Yeah. Shady, more like.
Well, I think I know why we keep moving. We had a guess. I did the thing where I did this. So if we go to you, we make it in the middle, then we come back to
Better to figure it out at the end of the show than never at all.
Let it set up for next week because we never have time to set things up proper ahead of time. How was the audio, everybody? Any good? I'll listen to it later. But yeah, that's all I got, bro. Any last ones for you?
Don't think so. Covered a lot of most everything. What's going to still mostly just the Kirk stuff. We made sure to bring up that Congress is always doing some stuff when there's a lot of news commotion.
Awfully coincidental, bro.
Keep vigilant. There's people doing weird things out there.
In the words of Destiny's Child, don't go chasing waterfalls.
Don't go chasing one of them.
Or ridiculous conspiracy theories, folks. Keep it focused and dialed in.
I think I should go on American Idol after this.
Sweet Lord Almighty. All right. Thank you very much, folks. That's all we've got for you today. We've got that too. We've got Zewan. And then, we got that.
Oh, yeah. So freaky. All right. Yeah. Oh, into the night we go. All right.